step to the hole. He jams. And Bosch finishes with a jam. What a stop by Wade. Tracy McGrady with the dagger.
On a beautiful night in Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to Game 1 of our TNT NBA doubleheader. Later tonight in Portland, Oregon, the Los Angeles Lakers will take on the Blazers. But first, it's the defending Eastern Conference champion Miami Heat taking on the 4-2 Atlanta Hawks. The headline coming into this: no Dwayne Wade and no LeBron James for Miami. Wade hurt his foot a week ago, and LeBron twisted his ankle last night. They're in the building, but will not be here.
In Atlanta tonight, Chris Bosh may be the only member of the Big Three that you see. Dwayne Wade's hurt, and so is LeBron James. The Heat against Joe Johnson and the Hawks. Atlanta, the only team to beat Miami so far in the early season. Did it earlier this week.
Let's check now the lineups. Chris Bosh, who has been over 20 points, 4 of the 7 games so far. Battier will take the place of LeBron. James Jones will take the place of Wade for a second consecutive game. Mario Chalmers has been playing well at the point guard for the Miami Heat. And for the Atlanta Hawks tonight, we talked about Teague. He's the electrifying guard out of Wake Forest with Smith, Marvin Williams. Al Horford has been playing well, if not out of position, playing in the center. And Joe Johnson will command a double team or two as the game goes on.
He will, but I want to touch on something about that Miami Heat against the zone defense. This is actually a better team that they got tonight to play against the zone. This is a better shooting team. Dwayne and LeBron are great, great players, but they ain't better shooters than James Jones, Chalmers, and Shane Battier. So the zone will be a lot less effective against this starting five.
LeBron earlier tonight warming up. There was some thought that he may give it a try. In fact, they thought he might even be suited up. But as Craig Sager was at the Phillips Arena. You know, people paid a lot of money to watch these two guys play tonight. Unfortunately, they're going to be in civvies on the sideline. Haslam. Hey! Bosh couldn't put it in. Picked up by Admonovich. Pass inside by Harris. Harris goes to the bench. 0 of 3.
Well, no LeBron James, no Dwayne Wade, but it's effort plays like this from Terrell Harris that Eric Spoelstra is looking for from his bench. Hustle plays, you get the ball to your primary scorer in Chris Bosh.
Obviously, I have to be more aggressive on the offensive end. And be a little bit of a facilitator too, because those are guys who get other teammates involved and everything. But you know, every game is different, and we're just gonna have to play it like it comes. You know, I can get down there in the post and operate a little bit more than usual, and you know, get my teammates involved.
In my opinion, in the Eastern Conference, it's the Chicago Bulls again.
Inside, Dexter Pittman finds 2 and is fouled on the play. Now think of this. At the end of this week, the Atlanta Hawks will have played 9 games in 12 days. And tonight, like I was saying before, is the first of 3 in a row.
I actually think we should just cancel the rest of the Eastern Conference just to go have Miami and Chicago play each other next.
Way to work. Way to work.
For Miami.
I'll tell you what, if that would have been his younger brother at Kentucky.
Ooh, right by Radmanovich.
Well, maybe that's why you start that kid.
No? I like Chalmers. I like Chalmers.
Well, they're different kinds of players.
I know that, but I'm saying he said that's why you might start him. I think you start. That's just terrific right there.
That's a nice crossover.
Easy, Vladimir. Easy.
All right. They made a run, okay? You got to let it go right now and just focus on one possession at a time. Everybody be patient, be on the same page. This game is ours, okay? We have got to do it defensively, but on the same page.
LeBron James and Dwayne Wade at that shooting guard, small forward position.
7 points and 9 rebounds for Harris.
Like shooting fish in a barrel, Kevin.
Yep. It's all about, the game doesn't change, okay? Still defending, rebounding, and then we're out in the open court. We have got to defend.
Just joining us, did not play tonight. Wade's second consecutive miss. LeBron turned an ankle last night.
There
Nice
you
pass
go.
inside. Bosch
Quick
got it from
two.
Battier.
Varys here, go for a 3. Make the game longer, especially with the Hawks struggling at the free throw line. Make them make free throws, because if you go for the 3 and miss, the game is over.
Yeah, but this is a good job.
Battier. Bosch picked up by Smith. Chalmers. Bosch for the tie. With .6 to play.
Now, you know, once all the clock ran down, they should have fouled. That was just,
Well, now you want them to foul?
I said when it's a couple seconds to go. You knew at that.
I agree with you, but you're not talking about a very smart team here. When it got under 5 seconds, that's when you've got to start to have the discussion.
Come on, man.
Nice dribble
Bosch
penetration.
with his second 3 of the season in 8 tries. Ties it, .6 to play. Timeout in Atlanta.
In the first quarter, they never do it.
Well,
They're more comfortable posting up Joe Smith.
Well, I wish they would have established that throughout his career.
Thomas finna hit a 3 if they double him.
Oh, McCready was trying to watch Bosch.
That's a mismatch right
That
there.
was-
With Ivan Johnson.
Chris Bosch.
Great shot.
He's got 33.
Hawks, they've been getting beat
Yeah, but
in second shot
that's not
opportunities.
what's gonna happen in this play, because he's gonna call a timeout, and this ball gonna go to Joe Johnson. He's gonna get the last shot. So whoever they bought in, it really didn't matter. And that's it.
Jump ball circle and at their end of the floor.
But what? They got to get this tip over to the Josh Smith area. Oh, we're going another overtime. Are you kidding me?
I love it, Chuck. When you come, we've got the best games. I know you want to get to the city. Again, Chuck, he doesn't do one thing great. And shooting's clearly one of them.
Chalmers for 3.
He's played huge tonight.
Yes, he has.
Chalmers with 27 points.
Not even close.
Chalmers, he's done that often tonight. 29 points. The big lead for the Heat. Timeout Atlanta. 59 seconds to play in the third overtime. How about Mario Chalmers? 29 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. In the fourth quarter and the 2 overtimes, Chalmers with 22 for Miami. Joe Johnson. He'll hoist a 3. Bosch, that's it. Bosch has 14 rebounds. Atlanta in the third overtime, 0 of 7. 0 of 7, the Hawks in overtime number 3 and 2 turnovers.
And that's a
Hey, this is a huge win.
It's a huge
Eric
win for
Spoelstra.
Miami. It's a
This
huge
is
win
great.
for Miami.
And a black eye for the Atlanta Hawks.
I wish I could punch him in the other eye.
Well,
Come on.
without Wade and without LeBron, a win tonight for the Miami Heat. They go to 4-0 on the road, 7-1 overall. Bosch with 33, Chalmers with 29. That's it for Charles Barkley, Reggie Miller, Craig Sager, Kevin Harlan saying goodnight. We take you to our TNT arena after this message.
To all
Ivan
NBA
Johnson.
all the time. Yes, you'll see Ivan Johnson. You will not see LeBron James and D. Wade in these highlights as Miami visits Atlanta, the only team to beat Miami so far this season. That happened Monday down there in
good
South
pass.
Florida. Yes, that was a good pass.
pass.
Terrell Harris to Chris Bosch.
Oh, baby. Oh, good pass. Fundamentals.
Willie Green,
Bounce pass.
14 second quarter points
Willie
off
Green
the
is-
Atlanta bench.
Willie Green is a scorer. He can come in and not get buckets fast.
Oh, okay.
Look at Norris Cole.
No, it's Cole. He played.
And one.
Watch Norris Cole's reaction.
Oh.
They gave you a
That-
little. That's an old dance, though, ain't it, Shaq?
Oh, yeah.
That's the
old.
bankhead.
Yeah. In Atlanta,
He wasn't even.
bounce.
Oh, yeah, he was in Atlanta.
54-49 at the half. Chris Bosch.
Yak, yak.
What does that mean?
Yak, yak means it wins in. That's the sound of the ball when it goes through the net.
59-51 was the
Okay. Yeah, that's the
Airball.
dog.
Jeff Teague.
Come on, Nick Van Exel, get them together.
This is part of a 16-1 run by the Hawks. Late in the third period, he finds Josh Smith.
And that's
Now here's your man, Ivan Johnson.
Ivan.
27-year-old rookie.
Ooh, Ivan.
70-68 Atlanta after 3.
Ivan.
How about Ivan the Terrible? Before he fouled out, he had 13 points, 4 rebounds on 5 of 7 shooting, getting all kinds of time tonight as well. Mario Chalmers took that 3. Spo wanted a timeout.
He got a good shot at it.
He was going for the win.
Now T-Mac at the line.
Hacker T-Mac.
Hacker T-Mac, that's funny.
3-point game. 3-point game, and Chris.
Big three!
What happened on this play, Chet?
Well, the big 3, you know, is not there. We only got one of them. But you can't leave in this situation. It's only switch. In those situations, only switch. You know they're going for 3. They didn't. They tried to help and recover, and you recovered to an overtime loss.
I said that was T-Mac at the line before it was Joe Johnson, who had a chance to ice the game. Here we go. Here we go. He's unbelievable.
Go
Ivan
for
Johnson.
Ivan.
Rainbow.
Josh Smith in overtime.
Okay, Josh.
Game tied at 99. A chance for Miami to win it here. Pick and roll never materializes.
Chalmers.
Pretty good defense that time.
Great switch.
You did not. You switch and you stay home.
So let's go to a second overtime, shall we? Ivan Johnson. Can't get this one to go, but there's Marvin Williams with a tip.
You know
Okay,
what?
Big
People
Marv.
should have taken the pace from Ivan Johnson attacking the basket. It seemed as it got into the late in the game, they didn't attack as much.
Great defense by Shane Battier here on Joe Johnson to keep the game tied at 109.
Not only that, Chris, Ivan wanted it. He wanted to win.
Yeah.
He wanted to play.
One more time in the Battier D. What do you say we play a third overtime?
Triple.
And see that 109 on the Atlanta scoreboard? That's not going to change.
Chalmers.
Mario Chalmers banging the 3. Atlanta got shut out in the third overtime. Joe Johnson. No,
Joe Johnson.
And Miami would salt this one away. Again, it's Chalmers on the drive.
Okay, Chalmers, I see you.
29 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists for Chalmers. Chris Bosh goes for 33 and 14. And so Miami, without LeBron and without D-Wade, beat the Hawks in triple OT, 116-109. And after the game, Chris Bosh with Craig Sager.
What does this win mean when you're playing without LeBron and without Wade?
Well, I mean, it's a testament to how hard we work. I'm proud of our guys. You know, Terrell Harris, Mario, Dexter Pittman, you know, those guys have been working so hard, and at any time they could be called on. So they stay ready, and they did their job when we needed them.
It was a listless performance by Atlanta until 4:35 left in the third quarter when they put Ivan Johnson in. What were you thinking of his performance?
He played great. I had never heard of him, but he's a very good player, and I mean, he showed why he deserves to be in this league. He knocked down a couple shots. He got a lot of offensive rebounds. He sustained the energy for him, or brought up the energy, but, you know, we executed down the stretch, and it worked out for us.
He wasn't on your scouting report?
No, I'm not going to lie. He was not.
He may be from now on. Back to you, EJ.
Yeah.